Hey guys, good morning. Joe. Morning coffee. Cheers. Been a while since I uploaded a video. Sorry about that. For the few people that do watch my videos, I do appreciate you. So when I do make these kinds of videos, I notice I do talk about pretty much somewhat business related stuff, to repeat myself. Sorry that I do that, but a lot of my business experience comes from me starting a business with my dad from like the garage to a shop and then, working from big multi-million dollar homes and whatnot. And I've experienced having groups of people that had to like control and organize, set schedules and all that stuff, manage money and all that stuff, right? So I take a lot of that experience and I transfer it over towards my experience of like starting a business, editing and stuff like that. The funny thing is, when I decided to move from like working the construction life over to like a filmmaker's life, my whole mentality was like, all right, I wanted to get away from the drama. I wanted to get away from like all this bullshit that, comes along with, having a construction, lifestyle, the work and all that. And I want to have a clean slate, thinking it'll be a lot easier working in a filmmaker environment. No. And bullshit is still there. Assholes still exist and all that stuff. It's just different, that's for sure. But I mean, overall, business is business, and like certain bullshit you're still gonna experience, and like you kind of have to be prepared for that. So I guess maybe making these videos kind of giving you a heads up, or just giving you somewhat of a preparedness, a state of mind to let you know, hey, you know what, this could happen. Or most importantly, I think you gotta look into yourself and really like start improving yourself from the ground up, because that's where everything starts from, is the drive. You whatever it is you want to achieve. If you're watching my videos, most likely you're more interested in doing some kind of like film related work, right? Whether it's editing, maybe starting your own channel and all the stuff. I do appreciate getting questions every now and then, either through my Instagram or Twitter or here on YouTube. Asking me questions about editing or how to do stuff, and I'm more than happy to help you out. So please feel free to send me any questions that you may have, right? For this video, I guess the main thing I want to talk about is before I decided to become a filmmaker, I was aiming to be a contractor, right? So I was taking a lot of classes in school, blueprint reading, plumbing and stuff like that. Just give me a general idea, like what involves in being a total contractor. I wanted to get my contractor's license, right, for the state of California. Sadly, as I got more involved into understanding what it takes to be a contractor, California seems to fucking hate people that want to have a business, because it's like so many fees and regulations and this and that and permits. It gets expensive, and it's tough, especially if you want to be legit. You got to buy insurance and all this other shit and follow regulations and yada yada. It's tough, right? It's really tough. In one of my business classes that I was taking, I had a teacher that pretty much was, giving his experience about starting businesses and whatnot. And like, he said something that honestly I'll never forget, and I'm going to share that with you. He said that people run their business the same way they run their lives. Now, that makes sense. Depending on your lifestyle, your state of mind, the way how you see things, your outlook on life and all that stuff, your mood, your attitude, your internal energy that you put out there to life, that's going to affect the way you run your own business, whatever it is you're trying to do. I'm just going to use myself as an example. Starting a business with my dad, being a teenager that used to drink and party a lot, I was one of those punker kids that had dreadlocks, and I didn't really care much and all that stuff. So running a business with that outlook and image of myself, at the time, I would show up hungover to work, or I had this fucking attitude. I'd try to half-ass shit, stuff. If a customer got mad, I just blew them off, and it's obviously that's not the way to do things, right? As I got older, obviously starting to cut my hair off. I started to cuss less. Obviously, showed up more properly, groomed and all that stuff. Changed the way I spoke to the customer and all that stuff. That's stuff that I learned to develop as I got older and more experience with work, right? However, obviously, when you work in the same environment for a while, you start to get to know the people that you work with, and like little by little, they got comfortable and started, telling me about their life situation, whether like, they're going through a divorce, losing their kids, they're losing their house and whatnot, or just their personality, the way how they are, how they get angry, how they're quick to like just drop the ball and say fuck it and walk away. They have that mentality, and like that obviously affects their work, because like if they're doing something in their personal life, not only is it going to enter your work life because you're self-employed, it's also going to like pretty much reflect on the way how you work, right? And, there could be many things, whether like, you don't show up on time, or you're just lethargic, you don't care, you just burst at people, because you're angry and all that stuff, so it's going to affect you. And it's one thing to show up at a regular job that you clock in, Yeah, you just wear the shirt, you wear the pants, you clock in, you're like, hey, how you doing? People come and go, do your job, and they leave. However, when you're self-employed and you are the product, and then like you have this like persona where it's kind of like negative and like a bad vibe, and then like you're quick to get angry and whatnot, then like I'm not saying that that's gonna hold you back, but pretty much people talk, people notice that, and pretty much somehow that vibe is gonna get out. How that's gonna affect you, it can varies, right? But I guess the thing I'm trying to get at with this video is basically as important as it is to invest in your business, whether you're trying to invest in, say, equipment or any type of tools that you think is necessary to help you produce whatever it is that you want to produce. I think it's also important for you to invest in yourself a bit, right? It may be rough, especially for males. Like we're not really raised to like deal with things like that. It's always like, you're being a pussy, you're being a bitch, a fag, whatever. It's always like some kind of negative like attitude towards a male trying to protect himself, right? I dealt with that a lot working construction. If I wear protective eyewear, if I wear earring plugs, a dust mask, gloves, when I'm like handling stuff that's not good for your health, shit that can get in your eyes, you can breathe in and cause any respiratory problems. I got criticized for being weak or whatever because, I was protecting myself, and it's stupid, and there's a lot of that, especially in the construction area, I guess the same, like with that mentality, the same can go towards in the film world, right? Yeah, people like they're tired, they want to sleep, but you're like, tough it out, fuck it, drink some energy drinks, but obviously if your body's tired and if you're denying yourself of sleep, that's not good. There are many moments you have to do that, but I mean, you can only do that for so long. And you can only do it for so long while not getting paid. That's a different story. It's like, So anyways, to end this video, if you're the type of person that you have like anger issues for whatever reason, you're the type of person that like you kind of wait for the phone call, like you have some insecurity, like you won't do something unless the person calls you first. You're the type of person that like, doesn't believe in personal hygiene or some stupid shit. You're the person that's very negative. You're a type of person that, blurt out all your drama towards the first person you meet. You're the type of person that you trust people way too much off the beginning. There's no good or bad traits. However, you need to learn to pay attention to yourself and realize, okay, this is causing me some issues that I need to work on. Obviously, if you're an angry person, nobody's going to want to work with you, or people are going to say you're a dick and this and that. Or if you're the type of person that like you like to half-ass shit, then pretty much the problem with that is obviously, you're not going to do a good job, and then people are going to get mad because, you don't do that great of a job. You're the type of person you wait to like the last minute to get shit done. That all it's going to do is cause you stress because you're down to the wire all the fucking time just to get anything done and stuff like that. So there's little things that obviously, I think it's important to improve on yourself, especially when you're self-employed. I mean, there are moments you're going to have to procrastinate. So if you do that all your life, if you have done that all your life, then cool, you got some experience though. So when you need to do that, then you're able to do that. Being an asshole all the time is not great. However, there are moments where you need to be one. Someone's trying to fuck you over, then you gotta let them know, hey, you're being a prick, fuck you, and want nothing to do with you. So okay, it's okay to be an asshole sometimes. Learn to use that as a tool sometimes. Are you too trusting? Hey, nothing wrong with that. However, you gotta pick the kind of person you want to be trusting with. Not everybody, deserves your trust right off the bat. It has to be earned. You like to tell your experience or your life to people. Well, cool. Again, make sure you pick who to talk to. You want to be friends with people you work with. I believe in friendship with business partners. However, I'm very picky with who I work with. If I can't trust you, then I'm most likely not going to work with you. That's just how I am. And I'll get into that in some other video, right? So, anyways, I'm going to end the video here. Work on yourself, improve yourself. As you improve your business, you got to improve yourself at the same time, right? Because they go hand in hand. That's all I got for this video. I hope it helps. Take care and peace.